Namaste and good evening to everyone. Welcome to Leaders Connect 360's episode LC0193. Leaders Connect 360 is a CSR initiative by BIJA Training and organized by the Mask Leadership. I'm Dr. Aishwarya, freelance corporate trainer and 360-degree leadership assessment specialist. And it's a pleasure to be here with you all today. Leaders Connect 360 was founded with a unique mission to invite 1,000 plus leaders and in turn to create a million more leaders. This online platform brings together top management leaders every Wednesday from 6:30 p.m. to 7:15 p.m. on Zoom Live. And every last week of Wednesday, we invite author as a guest speaker who shares their experience about their book. Additionally, once every quarter, we organize offline networking meet rocket goals in various cities, providing opportunities to network, support, and grow with fellow leaders. As we say, leaders connect more leaders. For now, everyone is muted, but you will have the chance to engage with our esteemed author, Mr. Bhaskar, author of the book Two Indias, and our panel discussion leader, Ms. Shantamina, a corporate trainer. Before we begin, please note that this episode LC0193 is being recorded. For any first time visitors, you can stay connected with us and be a part of our journey to create more leaders by clicking the WhatsApp, Facebook, and LinkedIn links. We also encourage everyone in attendance to turn on your videos to make the session more interactive and engaging. Now, are we all ready to interact with our guest and panel discussion leader? If so, drop a thumbs up and smiley emoji in the chat. Thank you. Thank you for your enthusiastic responses. Before introducing our chief guest, I'd like to welcome Mr. Pankaj, Managing Partner, BIJA Training Private Limited, who will interact with our guest alongside our panel discussion leader, Ms. Shantamina. Let's get started. Over to you, Mr. Pankaj.
Thank you so much, Ms. Ishwarya. Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, guest Mr. Bhaskar Jha for joining in today for this special episode for which is meant for the authors. Okay, and the title of the book itself is very interesting. That is Two Indias, right? So, as people, I believe everybody claims that they know India, but I'm sure they don't really know the way we are going to see India today. So, we are going to have the insights from our guest, Mr. Bhaskar Jha. Before we get on and move forward, I would like to officially welcome our guest, Mr. Bhaskar Jha, and our panel discussion leader, Ms. Santa Meena, through a welcome video. And I would also like to welcome all our visitors and guests today. So, Arul, can we have the welcome video, please? Thank you so much, Arul. Thank you so much. And Bhaskar sir, formally we welcome you to our forum. Welcome, sir. So you are on mute.
Thank you so much. Because
Ah,
such a beautiful presentation, the gala presentation actually mesmerizing, beautiful.
thank you
That's a
so. See,
teamwork.
that's the reflection of what you did, sir. We did not do anything. It's all what you did. We just tried to put it in a simple manner. That's it, sir.
Because even the small thing actually gets a very fine, beautiful presentation, appealing to one and all,
Right,
whether
right.
inside or outside.
Thanks for your appreciation, sir. Thank you so much. So I welcome you, Shantamina, madam, and over to you. And you can start the panel discussion later with our guest today. Thank you.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, Pankaj sir. And thank you for this opportunity to be here. And I'm very happy to be as a panel discussion leader for the author of the month. And so can we start with the first question, sir?
Of course, you can.
Thank you, thank you. So a poet is called a guide, philosopher, and a leader. So as a poet of leadership, what best do you offer to your readers through your poetry?
Uh, Poet is has been acknowledged as the legislator of the world, the guide, the philosopher. And no leader can be greater than the poet himself or herself. The poet has the capability to arouse, to activate the sleeping cell inside the body, the mind of the readers. So, with the help of his poetic power, what poet does is to activate that cell. Then the people becomes, you know, aware of what is to be done or what is expected of him, and he just realizes his potentiality, the latent potentiality, and does his best. And that's why the poetic lines or the quotations or the extracts are always charged with supercharged, not charged, supercharged with the potentiality. Because once we happen to hear, it just creates an indelible impression on our heart and mind. And when we are feeling sad, dejected, when we are in a state of despondency, once we happen to read good lines of a good poet, then we automatically get rejuvenated from within. And this is the power of leadership. So leadership is not one thing, that leadership is something, somebody leading the entire world, outside world, not like that. First, we have to lead our inner self. We have to lead ourselves. Once we get success, we become, accustomed to leading ourselves, then only we can be able to lead the rest of the world, the rest of society, the rest of the nation. So here, individual effort is to be made at that level. And for that, the poetry, the poem, the poet is all that. That's why the poet has been given the acronym, not acronym, this acrobat. He is the philosopher, the motivator, the great leader of the world. The poet alone is. That's what.
Wow, that's a very powerful perspective, sir. So, poetry has the ability to awaken the dormant thoughts and emotions within the individual, and it also inspires them to take action and bring the change. Wonderful perspective from you, sir. So, uh, your poetry, as such, is reflective of good leadership qualities that are instrumental in rendering the downtrodden into those grabbing the forefront of the mainstream. Will you please elaborate it with some examples from the book?
Yeah. Before I go ahead with my books, just I would like to remind you and our respected viewers, one beautiful poem, Second Coming by W.B. Yeats. Actually, just he writes, turning and turning in the widening gyre, the falcon cannot hear the falconer. Things fall apart, the center cannot hold. Mere anarchy is loose upon the earth. The blood dim tide is loosened, and everywhere the ceremony of innocence is drowned. This the best lack all convictions, while the worst prosper with intensity. And last two lines are very important, where W. says, "Surely some revelation is at hand. At hand. Surely the second coming is at hand." Here, the second coming, the arrival of a good leader, great leader, is also indicative of, a person with good capability to lead the world, lead society, lead the human flocks. This is the point. Now, as far as my poetry is concerned, in the context with a special reference to this particular book, this is actually deals with all the national, international issues. There are also some there are very plethora of qualities dealing with the leadership traits of persons have been elaborately dealt with. Here you can find the mention of Dr. APJ Abul Kalam. He's a man of inspiration, man of motivations. Once you read 2 or 3 lines, you feel, energized. You feel rejuvenated. Oh my God, this is what he's saying. So this one. So just in the light of my this book, just I would quote 2 or 3 lines. The first poem is Anarchy. There are also, in absence of a man with good leadership qualities, what happens in the world? The world is, jeopardized in a chaotic. There is a, nothing but the chaos everywhere. You have to find some underlying reorganization of that thing, and for that we need to start from our own side without depending on others. So actually here just I have just written, where corruption prevails, the corrupt are more active. The system remains systematized. The system remains systematized. The honest are treated inactive. Actually हम बेईमानी का काम भी ईमानदारी से करते हैं. So this is the world where बेईमानी is on the rise, and the बेईमानी is being done, showing that we are honest people. So certainly here the best becomes the worst of all. This is such a world where the best becomes the worst of all. The worst do prosper in full swing. An innocent heart lacks all convictions. A tactful mind shrewdly robs like a king. This is such a world where if you don't have any traits in yourself, you don't have your capability of elevating yourself with your lofty thoughts, ennobling activities, and rendering cooperation to society, you are not going to improve yourself. You are not going to do anything to your society. And for that, if you want do a proper service to your nation, to your society, to the ambience where you belong to, you have to be good at heart. Purity of heart is all that important. Purity of mind is all that important. And with the purity of heart and mind comes the quality to lead not only individually, but also collectively.
Okay. So that's a very profound one. Your reference to Yeats, the second coming, it also beautifully captures the consequences of the world without a strong leadership, the chaos and other things. And similarly, your book also highlights the urgent need for the ethical leadership.
Yeah. That's why the correlation just presented the correlation. So once long time back I had read it, and in course of time I had to embrace such kind of idea also. So this happens.
Okay. So, and the mention of APJ Abdul Kalam, it is especially inspiring. So, his words always have the power to energize and awaken a sense of purpose in all of us. So to the on to the third question. So how do you see significance of literature in the world for connecting two people and their hearts despite nefarious conflicts on the rise? Do you think developing leadership traits enable a man to lead life better?
See, today the world is in doldrums. Everywhere, lots of things are happening that are detrimental to our society, for human beings, for all mankind's. You can see the global scenario, what is happening. Then Ukraine, Russia, Israel, Gaza, everything. This is the tip of the iceberg. And actually, this is alarming situations where we have to be alive of the fact that the world is going to see, uh, the doomsday very short span of time. And for that, we need the revival of heart. We need to establish the purity of heart, the beauty of heart. And for that, for restoring that kind of value, the ideal, we need literature to grow. We need poetry to flourish. We need poet to take birth in every heart of the human beings. It's not that I am writing, I am a poet. No. Poet is not the name of the person writing something. In fact, the poet is the name of the tender, delicate, the soft corner of the heart. If you have that soft corner of the heart, if you feel the sensitivity, if you feel the empathy, it means you tend to have the good poetic qualities. And this is what makes a poet. So, as far as this world, if we want to improve correct this wrong path following world, we have to teach the lessons of literature. And because in the difficult times, in the phase of despair, in the state of despondency, it is literature alone that gives us comforts. It gives us, hope, even in the phase of darkness. We envision our path. Oh, this is the way we have to go ahead. Yes, and this is what poetry does. The only thing is that we have to be dedicated to poetry. We have to have the sincerity of our hearts towards poetry. We have to have good feeling for the common folks, common mankind, and just go ahead. So restoration of values, restoration of beauty, restoration of the piety, then the beauty, everything will lead to good qualities, good traits, where the world is going to bloom in a beautiful bower with beautiful flowers, giving or dispelling out, different kinds of fragrances. And in that way, we can make this violent, turbulent world a beautiful garden with beautiful flowers, where the flower you, the flower me, the flower others can live together and just, advocating the coexistence world.
Wow. That's really a powerful thought, like combining all the things from Ukraine and war and other things, saying that poetry will help us see through the darkest time. So it will give a way forward and offering a clarity and sense. And also you spoke about empathy, so which is also very true. So because poetry, it gives all the emotions. To the next question. Literature always leads us and guides us in number of ways in calculating in us the leadership qualities. For honing in the leadership qualities, which poem of yours are aptly useful? Highlight some of the poem.
Yeah. In addition to other qualities, the leadership qualities being the cardinal points here. So anything you read just gives you some sense of hope, sense of belongingness, sense of existence, sense of it creates uh, the rapport with the world, rapport with the people, the good relation, the cordial relations with one and all. And for that, we all poems, all jazz, all literary works are important. Not, I'm not confining our readers to just you go for this only. Poetry alone can do that. Prose alone can do. I am not saying that. Depends on the people. It depends. Suppose if I always give one example. Suppose one rose is there, na? Rose. Okay. Rose has got a very much more importance in literature. Okay.
Yeah.
Now this rose has got four to five different meanings to different people, depending on the temperament of the person concerned. Okay. If you are romantic bent of mind, the rose again gives the glimpse of your beloved or lover. Okay. If you are Marxist bent of mind, again you come to realize, oh my God, the redness of the rose is indicating of the blood of the poor people. This is the symbol of suppression, subjugation, the capitalism. If you are philosophical bent of mind, you're a philosopher, again then what happens? You come to realize that, oh, this is the futility of life, transitoriness of life. Rose is beautiful, but it has very smaller short span. It's going to be withered after half an hour, 1 hour, everything. So it depends on the perspectives you have and the ideologically rooted system that you belong to. It depends. So what I'm trying to drive home is it depends on the people to improve upon their sensibility to lead in a proper way, feel strong inside, do the best, lead the society. But the only thing, whether it is science, religion, spirituality, literature, at the core of all these things, there is nothing but the public welfare, social welfare. The social consciousness is all important. So let us do whatever we are doing. Let us read what interests, what makes us grows nose into. But we have to be concerned with the welfare of society, welfare of, and for that, whatever writings comes, just we read, suggest, propagate, and let the people keep sharing our shared values. This is so many things, but in short, that's what I would like to highlight.
Okay. The perspective about the rose, how each person sees the rose, that is really a very great point, sir. And so moving on to the next question. So poetry teaches us more beside others about leadership, providing insights on how to lead ourselves and how to lead others and how to make a positive difference in our ambience. How can you derive leadership lessons from poetry?
See, with reference to this leadership qualities, I would like to mention two important qualities, the traits, poetic virtues, rather, I would say. The first one is motivation, other one is inspiration. When you feel inspired, when you feel motivated, inspired for what? Inspired to do better, motivated to do better. It means now you are happening to develop your leadership qualities, because the individual motivation is important, then the social motivation is important, that is important, and this is how we develop the leadership qualities. The leader is, as I have told you in the beginning, the leader is not something to lead the people. Here also, just I would quote from my uh, just two liners. I think better to mention it. See, this very small poem. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 lines. The 2 lines only. Those who follow don't lead. Those who follow don't lead. Those who lead don't follow. So you have to be leader, then you don't have to be follower. But in the beginning, you have to be follower. Follower of not the people, follower of the ideals, the values, social values, moral values, the motivations, the inspirations. You have to follow. Once after doing all this, when you undergo all these things, you develop certain kind of a sense that gives you, that arm you with the sense of existence, that oh, now you can lead the world. So the inspiration and motivation are the two important things that that play a very important role in developing the leadership qualities. This is just one example. There are certain others. If you go through the poetic, illustrations, you can be finding more and more and more. But this is what the point that I would like to highlight. So the leadership qualities, if you want to develop, you have to read good books. You have to read beautiful lines. You have to start with yourself. Don't jump to the conclusion that you have become leader, you have to lead the society. Not like that. First, you start with yourself. First, you begin with yourself. Then if you are, if you take proper care of your family, of yourself, then the first step of leadership qualities you already have. Then step out, step into society and do best for that people, then come out, then think of others, then of the nation. So leadership is not a name of one thing. It is an umbrella term. It includes so many varieties, so many things. It is a variety of qualities that we need to imbibe, that we need to cultivate in ourselves. And in that, this, as I have mentioned, inspirations, motivations, leading the people play a very important role.
Okay, superb, sir. Like the poet, for delivering this powerful message. It also shows that the leadership begins with inspiration and motivation. So leaders are meant to lead other people. And that is excellently captured in your poetry. And I loved those 2 lines which you delivered. Thank you so much, sir. So I've completed with the questions, Arul. So
Thank you so much, Ms. Shantamina. Thank you so much for taking wonderful panel discussion. And Bhaskar sir, you have been amazing, and you have given an understanding that what we call it, when we read books, okay, what change it can bring in, and the kind of language you have used, your poetic language, that really shows that how much you are into the books, basically, how much you are into the words, and what impact the words can leave on self as well as others. So that really gives a more understanding that yes, we should be able to give more time to the books we should read, and the reading also helps us to grow as an individual. That's what my takeaway today is. So thanks for being there. Thanks for your poetic language. I really love the way you expressed yourself, and we can really sense it on your face also. I hope the others in the group will also, second my thought on this. Your words were very expressive, and so was your expressions. So yes, it is rightly said. Till now, I used to understand that music is one stress buster, but on the other side, the books are equal, and that also adds more to the knowledge of an individual. So thanks for being there, sir. So here it's an open session, and let's see if somebody want to ask any question. So we open the forum for 3 to 4 questions, and you can unmute yourself and ask quick question to our guest, Mr. Bhaskar Jha, and then we can move forward. Arul, please see if somebody want to ask question, we can unmute them and we can take it up. Any questions in the group?
Yes, we have Ms. Uma. Hi, Uma.
Hi.
Hi, Suma. Happy to see you.
Yeah.
You can ask your question.
Bhaskar sir, I have a question. Like you were speaking about ethical leadership and other things. There must be a roadmap because it's more easy than done. So what are the steps you say? Like a leader from from a small group and he reaches the top. What is the roadmap for him? Like you would like to say to follow an ethical leadership? Any tools and techniques like you should follow these kind of things in difficult situation on tough decision making, especially when it comes to ethical issues.
See, if you want to learn some things, then you don't have to follow any set pattern. You don't have to follow the beaten track. Okay. It spontaneously comes up. And
Yeah,
when you get into the skin of that, it becomes your own pattern. So in the beginning, suppose I had become a bit popular in society, then I start teaching, because this is the way you have to do. If you want to be a good writer, if you wish to be a good poet, you have to go by this way, by that way. Not like that. Be spontaneous, be original, just adopt originality of your expressions. Follow what your heart says. Even if it is wrong, don't worry that you just go ahead. In course of time, that there comes the time when you just stand and look back. Oh, here I have just undertaking this much journey. Here I should have done better. Here I would have written that way. Again, you can have that kind of realizations without depending on me to tell you here you are wrong. You are like that.
I'll put my question in a simple one-liner. Sometimes you'll be in a dilemma, like you'll be having, which way to choose. You'll be in the crossroads. That kind of situation, some a random line which should always linger in your mind.
Stop that. Don't write.
Okay.
Right. Yes. We don't have to put force on our writings. Suppose, see, but as for my experience, I am telling you, I am a man who have written 30 to 40 pages in one night at one go.
Okay.
I am the man who has written only one page, taking 40 nights, not completed even the second. So this happens. So if you just think of, I'm talking about the poetic outpourings, not prose. I'm talking about poetry. So when you get stuck up because of the diction, the expressions, the thoughts, don't do. Yes, stop it. Again, go sing a song, take coffee, come back. Yes. Then see, we're going to revise it.
Yeah,
Yes.
passing for a little will give you a clarity on the way to choose. Yeah, thank you so much for your inputs.
Actually, there is no set pattern. Okay, this is my own way. This is what I am following, and I ask everybody to follow it.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Uma. Thank you, sir. Is there anyone who would like to ask question? Arul,
We
can
have
you
one
please
from
check?
Shantamina itself.
So one more question. So what
Yes.
inspired to choose this title for the book?
Very important question. Actually, see, actually, I started just like other poets. I started with my romantic leanings, and that's why that result was the soothing serenades. That was love based, and again, then just I happened to merge into the national, international affairs of our country, of the world. Then I just grabbed some issues happening in our country, and then just I started just airing my views. What should be, and particularly I am dead against the politics. So this book is totally against the, but this is a political vendetta, you can say, political vendetta. This is against the system, the corrupt system, the political system. And here also just we have great leaders, Abul Kalam, Gandhi, then Mandela, then Bajpayee. These are such leaders whose expressions, whose delineation from my side just give me the boost to go vocal against the system. For example, just the Sardar Patel, then uh, the Kashmiri issues finds very powerful expressions in that, in the poem. So see, if you are sensitive to the issues, national issues, just you happen to have that kind of the bent of your mind, and just keep expressing that. So this is how this has come on.
Thank you.
Any other questions, Arul? Can you please check?
Yeah, all done now.
All done. So we move forward. So before we move forward, let's see who's our leader next week. So Arul, can we have the detail of the leader for the next week? So next week we have our leader, Mr. Sashi Kumar, who's the Chief People Officer, Gluten Technologies, and the topic for next week is Leading with Healthy Mind, Unlocking the Power of Mental Wellness. So let's be there next week, 5th February 2025, Wednesday. So we'll connect again that day. So before now we move forward, so we can have the vote of thanks by Mr. Gauri Shankar. So I invite Mr. Gauri Shankar for the vote of thanks. And thank you, Mr. Bhaskar Jha, for being a wonderful speaker.
Sorry. Before
Yeah.
that, I would like to express my gratitude to all the entire team, the beautiful minds, beautiful hearts, exclusively Arul Prakash. Actually, I just give him a very torturous experience. I have given, because I was suffering from cough and cold, and then
Yes.
just I had to take his call, and then
Yes.
just this is how we went. So might have yeah, but in spite of that, just my gratitude. Very lucky, very fortunate enough to get connected with you people. I feel really privileged to have spoken something, the experience sharing, and all those things. So thank you so much. Now
Sir,
you
you
can.
can be part of our Leaders Connect. We are wherein
Yes.
every Wednesday we do this program, sir. So I believe Arul Prakash might have already told you the format of this Leaders Connect. So as we have been doing it regularly on every Wednesday, 6:30 to 7:15, and we are reaching 200 episodes now, right? So now you can understand with the kind of consistency.
Right.
And this is what we are maintaining this, and Arul Prakash is the backbone for this Leaders Connect. The thought which was started by the founder director, Mr. Prakash. So Prakash had a very clear vision, and he has this thought in his mind that we are going to create 1,000 leaders. And in that series, we have started with this, initiative, and we are happy. Whosoever are here today in this group as well as the room today, these are the people who are supporting us. So we would like to have more like-minded people. Everybody should bring in more people so that we can have exchange of thoughts, experiences, and we can help each other to grow, right? That's the idea. So let's create more leaders. So you can be part of it, sir. Arul can share all the relevant links to you. Thank you so much. Right. Thank you so
From my
much.
side,
Arul,
thank you, Bhaskar sir. Thanks for joining today's episode. From my side, gratitude to you.
thank you, Arul. So Arul, can we have thanking video, please?
Gauri Shankar for the vote of thanks. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
word of thanks. Okay. Sorry.
yeah, good
Gauri.
evening, everyone. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So, sir, I was so inspired of the session, how you handled, sir. So let me quickly share the word of thanks. So, let me share the purpose of the community. Leaders Connect 360 is a hybrid model leadership community where every Wednesday from 6:30 p.m. to 7:15 p.m. we invite a leader who is master in their field to provide solutions for our real-time leadership challenges. Much like the valuable experience we had today from our guest, Mr. Bhaskaranand sir. Additionally, every last week of month, we invite an author to share the knowledge. Sorry, sir, I do have a cough. So, to share the knowledge and insight from their book. Please follow our social media platform to get updates from our weekly episode and quarterly events. Joining our community is very simple. Just click the social media link shared in the chat box. It gives me immense pleasure to thank our guest, Mr. Bhaskar Anand sir, and our panel discussion leader, Ms. Shantamina ma'am, and moderator, Mr. Pankaj sir, for investing their valuable time in sharing their experience and insights with us. Guests and everyone in attendance, kindly accept our gesture of thanks through a special thank you video. We request our member and visitors to stay tuned till the end as we give an opportunity to introduce ourselves, which will help us network and know better. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Gauri. So Arul,
Thank
can we have thanking video, please? Thank you, Arul. Thank you so much. So thank you, Mr. Jha, for being there. Thank you. Has he left, Arul?